News. This is a message. This is 96.1 Osisa FM Owole.
Welcome to News Express. Factual, trusted, straight to the point.
The time is 10 o'clock. Good morning, my name is Michelle Ukebo with the News Express. We start with the headline. Obi questions 54.2 trillion naira budget. Senate probes Niger leaders' claims against Nigeria. Senate probes Niger leaders' claims against Nigeria. Trump unveils anti-Christian bias task force. From the world of sports, Warby names Uncle JJ Okocha his goat. Remember to follow, like, share and watch all our programs, even our news broadcast live on our Facebook page using the handle Uzisa 96.1 FM radio. Now the news in details. Former presidential candidate Peter Obi has raised concerns over the lack of transparency and accountability in the 2025 national budget, which President Bola Tinubu increased from 49.7 trillion naira to 54.2 trillion naira. Obi, in a statement on Friday, criticized the government for not providing a detailed breakdown of expenditures to justify the increase, urging the need for clarity on how the resources generated will be allocated. He emphasized that the funds should be directed towards crucial sectors like education, healthcare, security, and poverty alleviation to ensure national development and citizens' well-being. Obi also called on the National Assembly to make public the full details of the 2024 Renewed Hope budget, highlighting the importance of transparency to ensure accountability and effective utilization of public funds for the country's future. Moving on, Nollywood actor Yul Edochie has condemned the ongoing violence in southeastern Nigeria, criticizing those claiming to fight for Biafra while killing their own people. In a Facebook post today, Edochie stated that no ideology justifies harming fellow citizens and emphasized that only cowards resort to violence against their own people. He urged for courage and protection of the community, saying, "A courageous man protects his people at all cost." Edochie's message reflected his stance against the violence affecting his region. Now, a report says that the Nigerian Senate has launched an investigation into allegations made by Niger's military leader, General Abdurrahman Chiani, who accused the Nigerian government of colluding with France to destabilize Niger's internal security. Gianni specifically claimed that Nigeria was facilitating the terrorist group Lakurawa operating in the northwest and alleged that foreign military bases in Nigeria were targeting Niger's oil pipelines. The Senate, prompted by a motion from Senator Shehu Buba, expressed concern over the wrongful implication of Nigeria's National Security Advisor and former NIA Director General in the alleged conspiracy. The Joint Committee has been tasked with investigating the claims and will report in 4 weeks, including visits to the affected states. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, has proposed transitioning to a 12-year basic education model in Nigeria, replacing the current 934 system. Speaking at the 2025 Extraordinary National Council of Education meeting in Abuja, Alausa argued that the 12-year model would provide a more continuous and standardized curriculum, better preparing students for tertiary education and improving educational outcomes. He also emphasized the importance of technical education in bridging the skilled gaps in the workforce and proposed converting federal science and technical colleges into federal technical colleges. Additionally, ALAUSA discussed the need for a 16-year policy on tertiary admissions to allow talented students to enter universities sooner. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has announced immediate leadership changes at several federal universities. Notably, the University of Abuja is now rebranded as Yakubu Gowon University, and Professor Aisha Sani Maikudi has been removed as Vice-Chancellor. Professor La Patricia Manko is appointed acting Vice-Chancellor for 6 months. Senator Larry Tejuso has been named Pro-Chancellor of the university, with Senator Joy Imodi succeeding him at the University of Agriculture, Makurdi. At the University of Nigeria, Nsukka UNN, Professor Polycarp Emeka Chibo has been removed, with Professor Ogujof Ofo T. Ojam appointed acting Vice-Chancellor. Changes in leadership also include General Ike Nwachukwu reassigned to the University of Uyo and Engineer Olubumi Kayode Ojo appointed Pro-Chancellor of UNN. These appointments reflect President Tinubu's commitment to enhancing governance and academic excellence within Nigeria's higher education system. In another development, former President Muhammadu Buhari has claimed significant improvements in Nigeria's security and economy during his 8-year tenure. Speaking to members of Katsina State Correspondents' Chapel in Daura, Katsina State, he highlighted the challenges his administration overcame, including curbing terrorism and economic instability. Buhari acknowledged the difficulties leaders face in implementing policies, but emphasized that security and the economy were notably better when he left office compared to 2015. He assured that progress would continue, while the chairman of the Correspondents' Chapel, Alhaji Yusuf Jagaba, commended his efforts in tackling terrorism and maintaining national unity. The House of Representatives Constitution Review Committee's proposal to create 31 new states in Nigeria has generated strong opposition from several groups. Afenifere and Arewa Consultative Forum criticized the proposal, arguing it could worsen governance and economic insufficiency. Both organizations called for a focus on true federalism and regional autonomy. However, the Middle Belt Forum supported the proposal, advocating for greater representation and equity. Former lawmakers raised concerns about the economic viability of the proposed states, urging a focus on local government reforms instead. The debate continues with calls for more balanced and sustainable approach to Nigeria's governance. The United States Department for Justice has announced that Edwin Okoronkwo, a Nigerian national, will be deported upon completing a 75-month prison sentence for defrauding American victims. Okoronkwo and his wife Julie were involved in a catfishing scheme where they posed as high-ranking members of the U.S. military to deceive victims into sending money. Julie Okoronkwo, who played a key role by contacting victims over the phone and using stolen personal information from her workplace, was sentenced to 25 months in prison. Both were convicted of conspiracy to commit mail fraud and aggravated identity theft. Edwin Okoronkwo, who was sentenced on January 29, 2025, was also ordered to pay restitution of $342,535 to 7 victims and placed on 3 years of supervised release. Following his release, he will be deported. The court described the crimes as a tragedy for the victims. Astronomers have increased the likelihood of asteroid 2024 YR striking Earth in 2032 to 2.3%, or 1 in 43 chance, following recent observations by NASA-funded sky watchers. The asteroid, measuring 300 feet, was previously estimated by European Space Agency to have a 1.3% risk. Despite the increased odds, experts reassure that the asteroid is likely to pass without incident. It holds a low-risk rating of 3 on the Torino impact hazard scale, and further data will likely reduce the impact probability. Astronomers advise calm, as continued observation will provide more accurate predictions. And from the international scene, US President Donald Trump has announced the creation of a task force amid a combating anti-Christian bias within government agencies such as the Department of Justice, IRS, and FBI. Speaking at a national prayer breakfast, Trump vowed to protect Christians from discrimination in various sectors, including schools, military, and public spaces. He appointed Attorney General Pam Bondi to lead the task force, which will also focus on prosecuting anti-Christian violence and vandalism. Additionally, Trump revealed the formation of a White House Faith Office led by his spiritual advisor, Paula White. The move is part of Trump's broader conservative agenda since returning to office. Finally, from the world of sports, Fulham midfielder Alex Iwobi has named his uncle, former Super Eagles captain Austin J.J. Okocha, as his greatest of all time GOAT player. In a recent appearance on the Is This Seat Taken podcast, Iwobi spoke fondly of Okocha, describing him as a role model both on and off the pitch. He shared that watching Okocha's training sessions and matches during his youth had a profound impact on his own playing style. Iwobi credited his uncle for teaching him how to express himself creatively in football, while also offering life lessons on professionalism, managing finances, and maintaining humility. He emphasized that Okocha's influence will always make him an idol and a constant source of inspiration. And that was the News Express for the hour of 10, as edited by David Ononiwu. My name is Michelle Ukebu. Good morning.